Good morning and welcome to Sadie's Spincraft. And when I say morning, I mean morning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Hunter's just gone to school in taxi. So today's going to be a breed study day. Breed study! Right, open it up, pick some out. What's this? Ooh, Kent Romney. Have I had? I don't know. But we've got Kent Romney top. Let's give it a go. So, first of all, we need to get it out. Actually feels quite nice. I was shocked. I don't think I have a Kent Romney. Thought I had them. I've just taken that off and I'm going to split it there. We're going to dye that piece and then we'll spin this piece and then, oh, look at that for a bit of VM. I don't know if you can see that as well as I did. Hello, I'm VM, I'm vegetative matter. There we go, can't see it. So, I'm going to put half in a bottle of dye, jar of dye, and then we'll spin half as it is. But before we do any of that, I'm going to get dressed. I just wanted to get started, because if I get started, that means I can't stop. I have my reasons for everything. But yeah, I like this. We'll come back, we'll go through Fibre Bible, because Kent Romney's got to be in the Fibre Bible. I mean, seriously. So, one for the jar, one for natural. We'll put this one away. Tuck that in. And we'll be back when it comes to jar dyeing, me being dressed, and reading the Fibre Bible. So I've got dressed. I did go back to sleep. I fell back asleep. So, like a fool, I didn't film it. But we've got red today. So I've put the Dorset into some red. It's not quite... You can't see. Well, I'm going to be naughty. It's got a little bit of red left. You didn't see that. I didn't do that. I didn't tip it everywhere. I made a mess. I just wipe all that up. That's why we have these things. Anyway, so we're going to have a red today. I'm going to write all this up in my book and then we'll get you up top and we'll sort out the Fibre Bible and we'll have a good read about Kent Romney. See you in a minute. So, here's the Fibre Bible. Yes, I'm a day behind, hence why you can see the Rolex. No, I didn't film it. I forgot. Right. So, it took me a while to find Kent Romney because Kent Romney is not its proper name. Romney Marsh, Kent Romney and Romney are all the same. So, Romney it is. Let's have a read. Much of the Romney Marsh, 100 square mile, 259 square kilometres, okay, coastal plain in southeast England is below sea level. It is kept habitable by a centuries-old system of drainage ditches and seawalls, started by the Romans during their control of Britain, 43 to 410 CE. and expanded during the medieval period, 1216 to 1418. The area started out as a huge salt marsh with a few higher and drier areas interspersed among large swathes of permanently wet ones. As the drainage system and seawalls were constructed, opening more area to human habitation, the peaty soils of the marsh began to grow abundant and rich forage that was excellent for feeding livestock. However, much of the area remained boggy, especially during high tides and sparsely populated. Sheep were brought into the marsh by its earliest inhabitants, but in the wet conditions the animals usually yielded poor quality fleece and suffered from myriad health problems. However, as the centuries passed, the sheep adapted to these conditions. Ultimately, they were able to produce usable fibre in spite of the environment. In the mid-19th century, shepherds in the marsh improved the area's native sheep, which had been adapting to the local. I would say local, but it's got an E on end, so local, which had been adopting to, I want to say local for centuries, through a combination of intensive sections and the introduction of Dishley-Leicester bloodlines. This led to the modern Romney breed, which grows high-quality fleeces even in soggy locations. Romney were first imported to the United States in 1904 by William Riddle. This Scottish immigrant farmer also raised Lincoln longwool and Cotswold sheep on his Oregon farm. The Romneys' tolerance of humid climates works well in the Pacific Northwest and in most other humid areas of the United States and Canada, where they are found in farm flocks. Romneys have been exported around the globe and are now found in Eastern Europe, Africa, and the Falkland Islands, New Zealand, and Australia. They are large sheep known for calm and friendly dispositions and are used for both wool and meat production. North American breeders can register coloured Romneys and enter them into shows. Though in other parts of the world only white animals are eligible for registration or showing. Romney is the fleece most likely to be voted president of the Wool High School senior class. It can't do everything, but it's an all-around good citizen and extremely versatile, with personality and charisma. It's a classic for many good reasons. Because Romneys are now found in many geographic regions, breeders can closely adapt their flocks to their environments. The wool reflects some of these environmental factors, but the fibre characteristics are similar enough for textile workers' purposes. The fleeces from animals grown in different locations will feel familiar once you've experienced a range of Romney fibre. Fibre diameter description for Romneys appear to conflict a lot between the Bradford grades and the contemporary micron counts. The breed's history means that it has been traditionally evaluated by subjective means with Bradford grades. Consider the inconsistent descriptions as an artifact of the Romneys range in both geographic and fibre particulars. Romneys produce wool in a range from moderately coarse to fairly fine. The fibre belongs to the longwool family, but is enough finer than most of the other longwools to feel like a cousin rather than a sibling. Okay. The finest Romney fleeces might come from very fine adults or more likely lamb or hogget. First clip, but not necessarily lamb shearings. Romney can be soft enough to be worn next to the skin, although most Romney wool works better in garments that are one layer out from the skin, so a jumper. If you have a relatively fine Romney and want to maximise its smooth qualities, spin it worsted style, so the ends of the fibres don't stick out of the yarn. The coarser Romneys make great outerwear. Think of jackets and smoothly spun hats, mittens and socks. They can also make rugs, mats, chair seat pads and other items that require durability. The lustre in a worsted spun Romney yarn can be delicious. Why do they use words like delicious and yummy? Sorry. The fleece of the Romney is large and dense. See, I'd use gorgeous there. Not delicious. Sorry. It's really knocked me off. Anyway, the feel of the Romney is large and dense with well-defined crimp, and it hangs in separate locks. The wool should ideally be uniform in spinning count throughout the fleece. That's good, because some change throughout the fleece. And the crimp should be consistent from the butt to the tip of each staple. Kemp is a demerit in judging a Romney fleece, although the annual wool growth is specified as a minimum of 5 inches, which is 12.5 centimetres. Some animals are shorn twice a year, so actually spinnable length in an individual fleece can range from 3.5 to 8 inches, 9 to 20.5 centimetres, through 4 to 6 inches at 10 to 15 centimetres is a good workable average. The raw fleeces contain relatively small amounts of grease. If you want a fibre that will let you explore diverse preparation methods for hand spinning, consider Romney. It can be spun from picked locks, flicked locks, carded rolags, drum carded bats, or almost any other preparation you want. We will be using rolags. We've got a little bit more reading to go. Sorry. I didn't think it was going to be a history lesson. I thought we were just going to get the facts. I should have just come on to this one, really. But it's not been that bad. Your resulting yarn will be different depending on the path you choose, but that's the point. If non-spinning knitters, crocheters and weavers could get their hands on reliable supplies of breed-specific commercial Romney yarns, they'd fall in love. Romney is currently available for sale for some hand spinners and as custom processed yarns offered by people who maintain farm flocks. Then again, Romney is a reason all on its own to learn to spin your own yarn. And the fibre is so amenable, it will help you learn the craft. Romney is generally a good felting wool, but because of the range of qualities possible within the breed, the speed of felting and the results depends on the individual fleece. The finer Romney fleeces are less likely to felt well. Oh, now you see, I'd have expected the finer to felt better than the coarser. Anyway, Romney facts. Fleece weight, 8 to 12 pounds or more, which is 3.6 to 5.4 kilograms. Yield 70%. So what that means is when you've washed it and done all your picking and got rid of everything that you don't want, you'll end up with 70% of the fleece. I don't know if I've ever explained that before. Staple length, between 4 and 8 inches, which is 10 to 20.5 centimetres. Fibre diameter, North American, 29 to 36 micron spinning counts, listed at 44s to 50s, but micron counts suggest 44 to 54s. New Zealand, 33 to 37 microns spinning count, 44 to 52s, but micron count suggests 40 to 46. I don't have a clue what this spinning count means. If someone can explain it to me, it'd be great. British, 30 to 35. See, mine doesn't feel like that. I'm sorry, but mine feels closer to a 26 micron. 24, 26. That's how soft that is. So, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, British microns is 30 to 35. Lock characteristics: hangs in distinct locks, crimp, bold, uniform, and with consistent quality throughout from butt to tip. Natural colours: white, black, grey, silver and brown. Using Romney fibre, dyeing. This fibre takes dye well and clearly. Yellow, staining or brittle sun bleached tips may affect dyed colours. Consider over-dyeing on the natural colours. Alright then, over-dyes. Don't know. Fibre preparation and spinning tips. Card, flick, comb or spin from clean locks. Or because of low grease content, spin a freshly shorn fleece in the grease. On dark fleeces especially, watch for sunburn tips that can break off and make lumps in your yarn. Choose another fleece, snip the brittle tips off the locks or break them by hand. Or decide to make the most of the irregularities. That word. Some white fleeces have yellow portions or canary stain that may or may not wash out. Romney is versatile and the wool is as good natured as the sheep who grow it. Play and see what you come up with. Knitting, crocheting and weaving. Romney yarns can be used for a wide range of applications, from sweaters, mittens, caps and shawls to chair cushions and rugs. Choose the finer fleeces for clothing. No, Sherlock. Sorry. Being sarcastic. I don't know what's up with me today. And the coarser ones for upholstery or floor coverings. Romney is usually not a next to skin fibre. Well, it feels next to skin like that. We'll see what it's like when it's spun up. But fine, perhaps lamb. I ain't got lamb. It doesn't say lamb. It just says Kent Romney. Carefully prepared fleece might pass that test for some people. Before making a garment that will rub against bare skin, make a swatch and test it against the back of the neck or the wrist. I usually do it on front of my neck and cheek. High yield wool clip, easy to spin and very lustrous. I like that word. Why couldn't they use that word instead of delicious? Lustrous. That's nice. It's a better word. So these are what it looks like from raw to clean, and then they've spun it and they've knitted and woven a swatch there. spun that and they've knitted a swatch there. So, yay, looks lovely. Well, let's get to the spinning. Wow, that were a long bit of talking, and I do apologise. So, we're going to start with Rollag's Natural. You're loving the... I got a bit cold, I just shoved any jumper on. Really don't match. I clash, and I don't care. So, I need some tension. And I'm just going to spin this woolen style. So, I'll be speeding you all up. So, we've got it off. See how good it is. Ooh, it's a little over twisted, but that'll wash out. Yeah, that'll wash out. It's not spectacular. Now, if it had been really bad, I'd have put it back through opposite way. So I just need a bit of an hand from my niddy noddy. I'm sure you've all seen me do this before. I can't get enough twist as well as keeping it taut. So I use the niddy noddy to keep the circle. So you can do that. And then, just move you back up. And then I'll put it through the hole, allow the twist in, and take it off. So, there we go. Now on to the red. It is late afternoon. I am going to go and do humanly bodily things and have something to eat. I'll be right back with the red one. We're going red! Oh. Anyway, so we're back for the red. I will say I'm enjoying this spin. It's spun really fine. I will try to make it go thicker, but we're having none of it. So I'm just going to allow it to do what it wants to do. Let's get to it. So there we go. I love them both. I will definitely be buying it again. Spun woolen, I agree. It's not next to skin. So I reckon the worsted, like they said, would be next to skin. But I could cope with that as a blanket or a hat, socks, mittens. Sorry, I've got really itchy eye. I'm starting to feel tired now. I enjoyed spinning this up. I am loving the colours. What do you reckon? Red and white. Beautiful today. So yes, I enjoyed the spin. It spun wonderfully. It just flowed nicely. Odd time I had to sort it, but I think that's just my Rolag preparation. That's the words I'm looking for. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more random uploads and clashing colours. Love and hugs to all you fantastic people out there. I will definitely see you all again soon. Goodbye, my beautifuls. Mwah.